I'm here to, on the one side, raise the alarm bell, and on the other, corroborate exactly the statements that have been made by the PSC, exactly what Ben and Chris have said. I was there walking in the delegation at the front. I witnessed every moment. I witnessed the conversations. I spoke to John McDonnell directly after he had spoken to the police. I also was there at 12:15 at the very beginning of the demonstration. Those of you who will know a little about me, I'm Egyptian. My father and grandfather were political prisoners, and I was an active participant in a variety of different ways during the revolution in Egypt. And it's an irony that's not lost on me that today is January the 25th. For those of you who don't know, that is today is the 14th anniversary of the beginning of the Egyptian revolution. And to stand here 14 years later, defending the right to protest in this country, at some level, it pains me to feel any level of shock about that. But that's the truth. And as I walked out of Westminster Tube Station at 12:15, on the eve of a ceasefire, hoping amidst all of the confusion, to feel that moment of celebration, I was confronted by an image I did not expect to see in this country. Immediately, what I saw was the ghost of how we are policed in Egypt. I have been subject to police brutality in this country, but last Saturday was the first time I have tasted the shadow of what may be an authoritarianism to come. Exactly. When you arrive in a protest in Egypt, you arrive to police making their presence intimidatingly clear. You walk past police vans that tell you they are there for you. You walk knowing that the police intends to confront you. I'm not going to cast aspersions on their intentions, but I will say that that is exactly what it felt like. The process that then happens is exactly the one that we are in. The arrests happen. The lawyers rush to the police station. You have the people who wait for them until they're released the next day. And then a press conference is called within 5-6 days, and these people come. We are exactly in that shadow. And so I simply want to raise that alarm bell. And I think it's extremely important that we feel and understand, those of us who were there, the legal context of this. Because defending the right to protest is not just about here. Because when these systems of oppression are eroded here, they are eroded everywhere. It is in Egypt and elsewhere that they point to us and say, well, that's what they do over there. What do you expect us to do here? So by standing up for this right to protest, and specifically what Ben and Chris's bodies are doing, we're defending the right to protest here. We're defending the right for we're defending the right for all Palestinian solidarity protests around the world, but also all movements for global change. And I'll say this is the last thing I will say. 2 days later, we saw an image that remained shocking me. I know that these individuals own the internet and everything that we hold in our devices. But for it to be possible for there to be one picture that gathers over 95% of everything we do on our devices, tells us the extent of monopoly power in this world that we are facing, and what we're going to have to do to change it. And 2 days earlier, we were struggling to walk. Just zoom out for a second. We were struggling to walk from Downing Street to the corner of Trafalgar Square without these threats. This is the world we're in, and this is the world we have to change. Thank you very much.